exactly where to start. Let's start with the original. Let's start with the original tweet. So shout out to Bant G here. This is the first one I saw. Saw a lot of people retweeting otherwise. Ledger library confirmed compromise replaced with a drainer. Wait out interacting with any dApps until this becomes clear. Good advice. So if you see here, so if you go to the original, so this is what it looks like now. This is the library, the files you can access here of what it looks like. Connect Kit. So this is Ledger Connect Kit. This is like a very important library. It allows you, you use it to connect to Ledger wallets and stuff with websites. So why wouldn't a lot of people or a lot of websites use this, right? Like it's the thing to do. That you need to talk to a lot of different Ledger devices and otherwise. So a lot of websites are going to support this. They're going to consume the library, and that's why this is such a big deal. So you can see it now. It doesn't look like that, right? Before, they didn't even try to obfuscate it. It was like, at least normally, like when you, again, I have a security background. This is stuff that I deal with a lot. This is kind of one of my specialties, is analyzing what this stuff means, how it affects stuff. I come from a traditional security background, and then I kind of just use that knowledge to figure out all this crypto stuff. I have been for years now, a couple of years at least, I guess, since I've been paying much more attention to it, since I say, hey, security is important here too, right? So this is, yeah, they didn't even try to obfuscate it. Normally it would look like, honestly, when I first saw this, I was like, oh, is it still there? Because this looks, very like minimized, very obfuscated, not obfuscated, but no, like when you look at code. So for example, if you go to, well, I might as well just do this. You got to go Real DeFi and you click on, I'll just click, I'll make it simple. Click on any of the apps. This is the, I've said 21 lines of code, right? And you go to view page source. You can see this is nicely formatted. It's got all this stuff. It's, really easy to read. You can tell nothing bad's going on. It's got all the hashes there. 21 lines of code, super easy to read. If you go over here, it's very minimized. It's very, they do it for a reason. But anyways, attackers a lot of times will minimize it and obfuscate it and make it look like all this, like, what does all this stuff mean, right? It's a bunch of stuff. It's very hard to read versus something that's very easy to read. So at first I was like, oh, is it still there? Like, is it like hidden in here? I just don't see it. And then I realized, okay, compare the two. And actually this one is not minimized. It's not obfuscated. It's not any of this stuff. It's just kind of, it's, I guess, a little minimized, but anyways, much more clear to see this stuff, minimal drain value. It's like they didn't even try, to hide it there. So this is the first thread. And this is what kind of, you can see the difference between, you can see this is not like that anymore. So they have updated it. But I wanted to get into to show you exactly what it looked like. So if we look at the photo, so I'll drop this link in the chat as well. Again, I appreciate a lot of people doing a lot of good commentary. It helps me understand it, come up to speed really quick too. So it looks like what was actually happening, and I'm not sure if you can still see this or not. Again, I'm not sure if things are fixed. I'm not gonna go to any dApps right now and find out. But you could see a malicious connect pop-up is opening on top of the actual one. So you can see here, this is the normal one you see pops up, says, hey, connect to the wallet, and there's another one. So this is apparently the malicious one that's going to get you to connect and try to trick you into do a transaction or stuff like that. So this is what it actually looks like. So I might take a screenshot here, and it looks like they're looking at some more of the code here, and they probably like made it all nice to read and simplified and all this stuff too. So even Revoke.Cash, again, this is not like a rumor or anything. Warning: multiple popular crypto applications that integrate with Ledger's Connect Kit library, including Revoke.Cash, have been compromised. We temporarily took the website offline, investigating further. So yeah, it's a big deal. It's when you can't use your dApps today. If only there was a way to decentralize things via IPFS. Tell you, ahead of the curve. Richard's always ahead of the curve, huh? Short-term pain, of course, but long-term gain. Short-term pain, long-term gains. Anyone said that before? Should I coin that one? I'm sure somebody said it before. So that's what it looks like. Let's understand this a little bit better. First, let me put in the actual, so anyone, let me click off the bridge here, give myself some more space. So what is it actually? This is Connect Kit. Let's go to Connect Kit and take a look. So I'll drop this in here. This is this is what's happening right now. I mean, sorry, this is what's affected. So ConnectKit, again, very important library. Like one of the core things, I imagine. Ledger dApps, ConnectKit enables developers to connect their dApps to Ledger hardware wallets using the Ledger extension Ledger Live. We will guide the user to install the extension. In this case, supporting the platform. So again, this is why a lot of sites support that, because they want to support Ledger and all this easy ConnectKit stuff. Again, a library is just a reusable piece of code. So again, they're everywhere. There's libraries for everything in crypto and not crypto and everything. So either the company themselves, like Ledger in this case, they'll say, hey, let's create this library. Now, instead of asking Revoke or whoever else to say, hey, can you write some code that connects to your stuff? They're like, hey, here's the package. Instead of writing, 500 lines of code to connect to our Ledger device or whatever the library is supposed to do, here's an example. Here's like 5 lines of code of how to connect to it. And, you see some examples and stuff here too. And it makes everything easier. So libraries are good. They're like a core fundamental piece of development and coding and all that stuff. But here's the problem. Supply chain. Who's hosting the library? So usually there's some kind of repository or place or, CDN in this case. It's just like, CDNs just kind of geolocate content to get it quicker to you based on your location. Just makes things faster and stuff. Content delivery network, CDN. So whoever's supporting it or hosting it, if they get hacked, they get compromised, then whoever is consuming it, whoever is going, in their app, they're saying, pull this library from here and use it. Whoever is doing that, they're also downloading whatever code is there. If the code is compromised, then whatever is using the code get compromised as well. Kind of like saying, you're only as strong as your weakest code, your weakest package, right? Kind of like that. Like it doesn't matter if it's your package or not. If you're consuming it and you're running it, then it might as well be your code. There's no difference as far as the computer is concerned. So that's ConnectKit. Want to understand that as well. Let's see what else we got. Some other, that's what it looks like. I'll leave that there for a second. So again, just to kind of recap a little bit. We talked about supply chain, security transactions. So, and again, this isn't specific to Ledger. If you use a wallet, I guess at least assume that if you connect to any dApp, regardless of using Ledger, MetaMask, whatever, does not matter. If you connect to a dApp that is compromised, that's using this library, it's compromised, it could get you to do a malicious transaction. It could get you to, click on the pop-up or whatever. So I don't know. Is today just stay away from dApps day, or just use the PulseChain dApps, right? There you go. PulseChain.com. So it's, again, want to make that clear, not just Ledger stuff. This is not a reason to go get it. If you want to go get stop using Ledger because this happened, then that's your own personal choice. But certainly doesn't look good when your code gets compromised. But hey, people get hacked all the time. These companies in the world get hacked, so it's not you're gonna stop using the iPhone because your iPhone needs security updates. It's like that's not the reason I would do it. Again, this is transaction based. So if you connect to a dApp and you click on the malicious connection, click on the stuff that it presents, maybe you sign or you approve. It's not approval based. It's either signing or sending transaction, broadcasting transaction using a compromised site, which is using the code. Then it could take your money. And speaking of that, how much money has been compromised so far? There's a tweet for that. Let me see. Over half. It's a half. Let's see. Pull this up. Again, if you have any questions, put them in the chat. I'm going to get to chat in just a second. I just want to get through this. Looks like 610K drained so far. Wow. Yes. So over $500,000 $500,000. Yeah. It's like, all right, it's early. $500,000 drained so far. I'm sure, unfortunately, the number will go up. I hope not. I hope that all the websites pull all the updates. I'm sure everyone's on conference calls right now. Hey, you guys stop the, people are getting woken up, and I'm sure everyone's taking this very seriously and trying to figure this out. But yeah, that sucks. That sucks. I hate to see people lose money, because when they lose money, they're going to get frustrated and angry. That's less money they could use to buy good products. That's less, motivation they're going to have to think this whole thing isn't one Ponzi scam, thing they don't want to deal with. I mean, it's just pain, and let's reduce suffering in the world, right? Like, it's not cool to do this type of stuff. Not cool to take money from people like that. I don't like that. Do not like that.